Today I am talking about hooks and cliffhangers. We touched on hooks at the beginning of this month, but now we're going to talk a little bit more in depth about them. A hook is like a literary handshake. It's inviting your reader to step into your story. I have 3 approaches to seeing hooks. The first is to spark curiosity. Your opening lines are your first chance to hook your readers. It's like the equivalent of a movie's opening scene. It's the moment when that curtain rises and the stage is set. You're creating an opening that sparks curiosity, raises questions, or evokes emotions. Here's just one example. Amelia never believed in ghosts until the night her bedroom door creaked open, revealing a shadowy figure with a message from the beyond. Posing a question is one way to approach a hook. Hooks often work best when they pose a question. It's the proverbial what happens next that keeps the reader turning the pages. It's like an itch that needs to be scratched. Here's an example of how you can weave in a question as your hook. He drove down the road, the mysterious package on the seat next to him. He swore he'd never come back home, but he didn't have a choice, did he? It's subtle, but it's leaving the question with the reader of why. Why doesn't he want to go back home? You can be unexpected. Inject an element of the unexpected into your hook, whether it's a surprising twist or maybe an unusual setting or a quirky character you are introducing to your readers. You want to intrigue them. You want to give them something unexpected. Here's an example. As the spaceship touched down in the heart of the medieval village, the time-traveling explorer realized that rewriting history wouldn't be as simple as he thought. I'm intrigued by that. All right, so that's touching on hooks. Now let's look at cliffhangers. Have you ever gone to bed fully intending to close the book that you're reading after you finish that chapter? I've done that many a times, only to find myself turning the pages and reading for another hour. That is because I was drawn in by a hook and I was left with a cliffhanger that I couldn't resist finding out the answer to or exploring more deeply. Introduce a cliffhanger at the end of a scene to catapult your readers into the next one. It's like a mic drop, which makes your readers flip to the next page. Here's an example. He reached for the doorknob, heart pounding, unaware that on the other side awaited a revelation that would shatter everything he thought he knew. You want to leave your reader wondering what is next. You want them turning the pages. You do this by raising the stakes. This is the moment when the tension is at its peak. The characters are faced with a seemingly insurmountable challenge. The higher the stakes, the more invested your reader becomes. So here's an example of raising the stakes. As the countdown ticked away, she realized the bomb wasn't the only threat. They were trapped in a room with the traitor. Next is unanswered questions. So just like hooks, cliffhangers can leave readers with unanswered questions. This means that you're withholding information, you're keeping something back from the reader, you're introducing a new mystery element. And that is the thing that's going to keep them turning the pages. Here's an example. The letter revealed a long-lost secret, but before she could uncover the truth, a knock echoed out the door, and a familiar voice uttered words that shattered her world. I'm curious. Next is the emotional turmoil approach. Cliffhangers are not just about plot twists. They can also be emotional cliffhangers. So end a scene with a character on the brink of a significant decision or revelation. That creates an emotional roller coaster that your readers can't resist because they're so invested in that character. Here's an example. As the phone call ended, he clutched the receiver, torn between the promise he made and the truth he couldn't bear to reveal. Hooks and cliffhangers form a narrative rhythm, a pattern. They are symbiotic. They turn your novel into a page turner. Ending the chapter like this sets the stage for the next one. It's like leaving a trail of breadcrumbs that lead your readers deeper into the narrative forest. Here's an example. As the door slammed shut, she caught a glimpse of the mysterious figure in the shadows, a silhouette that haunted her dreams throughout the restless night. Using hooks and cliffhangers is a balancing act. Too many hooks without resolutions can end up frustrating readers, and too many cliffhangers can exhaust them. So it's really all about maintaining a sort of dynamic ebb and flow that keeps the narrative engaging. It also keeps the pacing flowing for the reader. So you're giving them action and then you're giving them time to breathe using those hooks and those cliffhangers. As you weave them into your story to build anticipation and excitement, you're leaving your readers hungry for more. That is how cliffhangers and hooks work. That's a wrap, you guys. I hope your NaNoWriMo adventure is going great. Again, we're on day 22, November 22nd, and you are nearing the end of this challenge. I hope you are doing great. I hope you are keeping up the momentum, and I hope these little tips are helping you along the way. I will see you tomorrow with another tip. Happy writing.